No, I will record this interview, ok?
Yeah.
Tudo bem para você também, ou Mel?
Tranquilo.
Beleza. Primeiramente, eu gostaria de dizer que é uma honra, tá falando com vocês. É um prazer enorme. Queria agradecer a vocês dois, queria agradecer a Catto Comunicação, tá bom? Por essa oportunidade dessa interview. Misturando inglês com português. Pela oportunidade dessa entrevista. Noah, first I give a thank you to do this interview with me, okay? It's a pleasure for me.
Thank you. No,
okay.
no, it's no problem at all. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Bom, no, I will start with Mel, okay? And I'll see the question for you.
Yeah.
Mel.
Yeah. Whatever you.
Oh.
Look, I came across Mel's name kept being sent to me online by people saying, "Oh, you got to check out this girl." And I mean, I got sent it so many times that I did. Normally, I would be like, no, you know. But then I saw Mel's video, her cover of Zombie, and I was kind of going, wow, you know. And then I kind of kept going back to it. And then I started to look at other videos that Mel had done over the years of other cover versions from other bands to see how her voice was with different types of songs. And I felt that her voice would suit. I had worked on a few of these songs at that time and thought that they would be a good match here. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was worth a try. And that's kind of how it started. I made contact through someone that worked with me, and you know, Mel was open to coming to Ireland and sitting down and having a chat about it, and she did in 2019 in November. And we spoke that maybe, you know, we'll see what, if anything, could happen. But then before we knew it, COVID came around, and it launched things quicker, I think, than we expected then, because we were both in two different countries, but we were both in houses locked up. And with technology, it was like, I just said, you want to try and write one song and we see how we go. And that's really how it started then, because we had all this time, and we made it work. You know, we figured out a way to I do what I do in my studio, and Mel was able to work from home, and she sent back that first song, an idea she had, and I loved it. I just thought, wow, this fits perfectly with what I'm doing, and we just kept it going from there.
No, that's cool. The Zombie is a beautiful song and spectacular music. Mel, primeiro, parabéns aí pela conquista. Queria saber um pouco como que você se sente, tá podendo compor e cantando, né, tocando, se apresentando junto com o Noel, logo após você ter feito o seu cover de Zombie e tendo falado que o The Cranberries era uma inspiração para você. Como que tá funcionando para você? Como que você está se sentindo?
Foi algo diferente, eu não esperava. Eu sempre ali cantei as músicas, né? Mas nunca com a intenção, nunca imaginei que os caras pudessem, que o Noel, né, pudesse assistir meu vídeo ou algo do tipo, né? Foi bem louco assim mesmo, quando ele entrou em contato comigo. Foi numa época que eu não estava tocando, e eu tentei começar, né, a tocar novamente, e eu vi que não era o que eu queria. E quando o Noel começou a falar comigo, e daí, né, me enviou uma música, eu escrevi ali, e eu vi que a coisa começou a rolar. Eu falei, putz, lascou, né? Vou ter que voltar, porque com o Noel, né? Então, não é qualquer pessoa, né? É um baita um artista, né? Então, assim, a coisa foi fluindo e tem sido legal, assim, a sintonia, né? Que eu vi desde o início, assim, que existe entre eu e entre ele, né?
Pô, legal. Realmente, que nem você disse, né? Ter uma oportunidade de tocar com alguém como Noel, de estar se apresentando, é bem bacana. Então, mas hoje você, apesar desse sentimento ter estado com você um tempo atrás, hoje você se sente bem apresentando? Você se sente como... era como se tivesse sido... Se eu me enganei, na verdade, eu gostaria muito de ter continuado, ou você ainda tem dúvidas com isso?
Na verdade, é a questão mesmo de se expor, sabe? Isso era algo que eu não queria mais. Até teve uma época que eu excluí Instagram, excluí Facebook, foi tudo, né?
Ah,
Mas em questão disso, assim, porque quando tu tá exposta, tem maldade para tudo que é lado, né? Tem coisa boa e tem
muito.
coisa. E esse lado, né? É bem. A cabeça tem que estar muito no lugar. E eu confesso que, como isso é novo para mim, de estar, né, com o Noel, que, né, tem uma longa carreira e, né, já viveu muita coisa, por um lado me dá uma segurança, né, eu me sinto segura de estar com ele tocando, então isso é o que me fortalece. Por outro lado, eu pensei em desistir e confesso que muitas vezes ainda eu penso não pela questão de eu não estar curtindo, mas sim pela maldade que está o mundo e que anda as pessoas, né? Tu tem que ter um sangue de barata para estar nesse meio. Eu confesso que não é fácil, né? Não tá fácil e a gente tem que engolir muito sapo. Como eu disse, eu e o Noah, a gente tem uma sintonia muito boa. Não existe julgamento, não existe a linguagem não interfere na música, a gente consegue se comunicar, talvez como isso não funcionaria com alguém que falasse a mesma língua que eu, entende?
Legal.
Então, é mais essa questão mesmo da exposição, de tu ter que lidar com coisas que eu podia estar bem tranquilona na minha casa, sabe? E como eu estava antes, não tem ninguém me enchendo o saco, né? Tô tranquila e ninguém sabe da minha vida. Essa é a parte difícil.
Se expor e dar a cara a tapa, né? É uma coisa complicada, ainda mais hoje em dia que todo mundo tem acesso e todo mundo fala o que quer e ninguém é descoberto, entre aspas. É
Exatamente,
bem
tá assim,
difícil.
tá difícil. Eu digo que tá uma bagunça e muitas das letras elas falam sobre isso, né? Eu tô pensando muito nisso, né? Isso fica muito na cabeça, principalmente agora, quando a gente
Sim, sim.
lançou a primeira música, né? Teve coisas positivas, né? Tem um lado muito positivo, que aí a gente tem muita gratidão, né? E tem o lado que sempre tem um malzinho ali te rondando, né? Para querer acabar, né? Com os teus projetos. Mas, enfim, a cabeça tem que estar sempre rodando para parar em um lugar bom, para a gente não enlouquecer.
É verdade. Parabéns aí por conseguir estar lidando com isso e muitas forças para você, viu?
Obrigada.
Well, so Noah, for you, how is communicate between with both in terms of language?
It's been fine. I mean, because we were not together, we just text each other, through WhatsApp and stuff, and yeah, it just become very natural to us to kind of, that's how we communicate, because all that time, we were in two different countries, and then we wondered, okay, when we get together now, how is it going to work? But Mel came to Dublin in June, and Mel is far more English than I have Portuguese, so when I realize, I just say it slowly, and Mel will get most of the time, and then if we need from time to time, we have a translator with us as well to help out, so yeah, it hasn't been really an issue. I think just the way we work, because of being in different places, it actually makes it easy for us, because even if we both spoke the same language, but we were both in the same, we're both still geographically where we are, we'd still have to contact each other the same way. You couldn't spend that much time on a telephone, kind of. So it works. It's never been an issue really. And then the lucky part of it is, I guess, that we can do the tracks now in 2 languages as well, which was just something that we kind of decided to do. But a lot of people seem surprised because it's a lot more work. But it's actually worked out really well too. That there are both versions of most of the tracks.
The music is a universal language.
That's it. That's what we kind of keep telling people as well. Because no matter where you travel in the world, like you'd hear songs from every kind of language going. So it's just, if people like a song, they like a song.
That's cool. So you can tell me for the inspiration for the most recent album and your favorite song, the album.
I guess like the two main songs, like Love, Return and Shortcuts, they're completely different songs. They come from different places. Inspiration wise, like Shortcuts it's far more kind of punk, kind of rocky indie, kind of heavy guitar based song, which is kind of a lot of what I would have grown up listening to, and it's just kind of going back to that in many ways. And then Love, Return is a completely different song for me because it was written on piano and not on guitar, and it kind of took on a life of its own as it built. It was like a jigsaw that just kind of I started putting together. And then when Mel's vocal went on top of it, I kind of thought about these string lines that could fit in between those vocals. And it suddenly started to sound more disco to me than anything else. I was thinking I remember these big sounding disco songs from the 70s that had these orchestras floating around for no apparent reason. And it's a real mixed match of things, but I love how it worked out in the end. It was a hard, very, very hard song to get together. But yeah, I think we're both really happy with the results.
That's cool. So what does the new project resemble at, and what is the difference from the Cranberries for you?
I mean, it's just a different project, and it just, I use a lot more synths and program stuff in this stuff than I ever did in the Cranberries thing. It was very much based upon bass, drums, guitar, and a little bit of synths now and again. But so musically, and I think I'd like to think I'm a better songwriter and musician than I was even 5 years ago. And these are the songs that I write now, and there's just that kind of natural progression that any musician hopes to have. I mean, I've been playing a long time, but I still have so much to learn, and I think doing this type of stuff is all part of that learning process. I kind of just get amazed when I hear one of our songs finished. I think, oh, listen to that. Like, it's just, little did I think a couple of years ago I would be doing this. And it's just a nice feeling to sit there and kind of have the hairs in your arms kind of rise, when you get back a mix and you listen to it. I've just been very lucky to find somebody that kind of has the same vision that I do for the songs.
That's cool. Ok. Mel, deixa eu te fazer uma pergunta. Para você, né? Ele falou um pouquinho sobre a inspiração que vocês tiveram, como que estava sendo a criação do novo álbum. Para você, tem alguma faixa favorita, alguma faixa que mexeu mais com você, que você tem ela como aquela sua queridinha mesmo?
Renascer.
Renascer?
Eu acho ela fofinha, assim.
Renascer é uma boa... Eu gostei das músicas. Eu escutei hoje o álbum. Eu achei incrível o projeto, principalmente quando tem a troca das línguas, né? Quando vocês tocam em português quanto em inglês. Eu achei bem interessante.
Ah, que legal. E tem a Lei do Retorno também, que eu gosto bastante, tanto em inglês quanto em português. Acho que essas duas. Shortcuts foi tão difícil de gravar que eu lembro que eu demorei, acho umas 2 semanas, porque eu gravava e não gostava, né? Não tava ainda. E ela é uma música que ela é rápida, o vocal dela é rápido. Então, tu tem que ter tempo para respirar. E acho que por isso que eu não falei shortcuts, mas a Lei do Retorno e a Nascer são as favoritas.
Legal. E também já emendo na outra pergunta, para você, teve alguma dificuldade, sem ser essa música que você acabou de me falar? Foi uma experiência muito diferente cantar em inglês? Teve alguma diferença ou para você foi super tranquilo?
Assim, tem umas dificuldades, às vezes tem palavras que eu não estou acostumada e aí eu tive que pegar, mas nada assim que levasse muito tempo ou que como eu gosto do inglês, embora eu não fale inglês, eu gosto do inglês, para mim foi algo legal, assim, eu gosto de cantar em inglês, então a coisa se torna fácil.
Legal, legal. Eu pergunto porque muitos cantores, vocalistas brasileiros, eles têm essa tendência de querer fugir de outras línguas, né? Acontece muito. E eu posso falar que, meu, eu admiro você bastante de ir a fundo e aceitar esse desafio. Eu acho isso muito interessante, muito legal.
Obrigada.
So, Noah, there is a favorite scale or harmony Gregorian modes to write songs and compose melodies?
No, like when I write, I can't sing, right? I never could. So I try and just make the music as melodic as I can, to make up for the lack of being able to sing. The problem is, the singer has to work around that then. So you end up having to take some of that out as time goes by. But kind of, I'm going to write in this way or that way. If I get an idea, I kind of run with it. And then if it grows, great. I've had lots of times where I've run with something and it's like a couple of weeks later, like, I hate this, and just forget about it again. And maybe there's parts of that you can use later on. Um, like that song Shortcuts, the chorus of that is something I've had for a while, but I just couldn't make it work with other things. And eventually you get something else and it reminds you, and you kind of, you almost Frankenstein a song together from different parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not one kind of way of doing it. Not for me. This is the way I do it anyway. And I mean, I literally could be just sitting down and you're kind of doodling on a guitar and talking to somebody, but you'll by accident put 2 or 3 chords together, which
just melody appears and go writing.
Yeah, but there's a melody that comes from that it's like a seed that you plant that it suddenly begins to grow and grow, and then a few weeks later you have this monster that maybe those first few chords are not even in the song anymore, but there's a melody or a counter melody that came from those that has helped it, and that's the way it's always. Like a lot of the time it ends up in your head. I find for me it's something that I just keep humming it around and around, and then you start wondering, am I humming someone else's song now? Is this someone else's thing? It's kind of you're double checking yourself. But more and more I would send I would record like on the voice memo on an iPhone, and I'd send it to Mel and go, I have these few bits, do you think this could be? And a lot of things would kind of grow from that then. I think that song Goodbye, which was the previous single, was something that Mel had sent me. It was a completely different kind of version to the one that ended up, but it was this kind of little thing she had, and from that grew this whole other beast of a song then. So I mean, that's the great thing about music. It's everywhere. It can be when you least expect it.
Oh, that's interesting, Bill. Okay. So How is the expectation for the presentation tomorrow in Rock'n'Roll House?
Hopefully everyone will like it. I mean, it's different. The versions are slightly different because it's only the two of us, and we do have a keyboard player with us who's going to play on bits and pieces. And we're going to use a few backing tracks, but they're more of a background thing because ideally, you know, we would have a full band and everything, but it's just not logistically possible now. So the versions are slightly different because of that, because we just didn't want to bring in like, here's the full backing track and us just playing on top of it. So we spent ages really kind of working the songs that there is kind of an alternative version to do with us playing acoustically on top of it. So yeah, I think we rehearsed the last few days, and today it was all starting to kind of really come together. So yeah, I mean, we like to think of this as kind of the start of the whole thing, kind of properly growing and becoming a live thing now, and not just a thing in a studio, and, you know, on kind of just the music online and stuff like that. It's more of a real, here's the people involved kind of thing.
Yeah, ok. E Mel, para você, como que tá a expectativa para o show de amanhã?
Seja o que Deus quiser, né?
Segura na mão de Deus e vai.
É isso. Acreditar que no final dá tudo certo, né?
Aí.
Mas espero que as pessoas possam curtir o show, né? E que a gente possa aí passar nossa mensagem através das músicas. A gente está, assim, empolgado para esse momento. Acho que é isso.
Legal, legal. E aí, para a gente finalizar, eu queria que primeiro você, Mel, me falasse sobre se você tem algum recado para você dar para o público brasileiro, se tem alguma mensagem para passar, por favor, o palco é seu.
Obrigada. Eu acho que espero que a gente consiga atingir uma boa parte, né, de pessoas que se identifiquem com a nossa música. Acho que a gente está fazendo um trabalho um pouco diferente e está por vir ainda outras músicas, desde o rock até as mais lentas. E o que eu espero é que realmente as pessoas consigam mesmo se identificar e, enfim, acompanhar de Puro. Acho que é isso.
Muito legal, muito boa sorte para vocês amanhã e por todo o resto da carreira. Noah, so finally, I would like to thank again Simone from the Catto Communications and both of you for the interview. And I would like to ask to leave some message for you on the Brazilian public.
Just, I hope, you know, that people like the songs and, you know, kind of get as much from them as we do, because it's not just the work that goes into it, but it's just like we do this, like I suppose having the distance and the language and all that, it goes to show you how much that passion that we have for the project, that we feel, you know, there's enough here to put all this work into. And then kind of, I think it's great that we've already started to see that it's, you know, more and more it's building all the time, and people are discovering the band and hopefully getting from it what we do, you know. And it's great to see people's reaction to new songs every time. So yeah, so far so good, and I hope that it kind of keeps going that way.
Okay, I wish you a successful show tomorrow and to the rest of your career. Okay.
Obrigada.
Thanks to the interview. Obrigado, Mel, pela entrevista. Vejo vocês amanhã, estarei lá fazendo a cobertura. E é isso aí. Muito obrigado e até uma próxima, viu?
Bye bye.